A Mexican man says he's been rejected for residency in New Zealand because he's too fat. At 160 kilograms, Ida Rivera is bigger than an All Blacks prop. His doctors agree he's in good health, but Immigration New Zealand has determined his body mass index puts him in a severe risk category. National correspondent Amanda Gillies has this Because It Matters story.
Thank you very much. If you haven't guessed by my accent and the sombrero, I'm brown.
Ida Rivera is a larger-than-life stand-up comedian from Mexico.
I love that when people see me here, they go, "Chahoo!" And I have to explain to them that I'm soccer brown, not rugby brown.
He loves to entertain, to make people laugh and smile, especially Kiwi audiences.
Oh man, I'm so excited to be here in the capital. Last time I came here was for immigration issues that I'm not allowed to disclose.
But this is no joke. He says Immigration New Zealand effectively told him he's too fat for residency. He has to lose weight or go home. How much? They won't say.
And my fear now with immigration is that I don't get to the number that I don't know which number it is, but I don't get to the number that they want. And then they say, bye, and that's it, Even though
you're deported?
Yeah.
For being too fat in their eyes?
Yeah.
How does that feel?
Horrible.
A visa medical assessment determined his BMI put him in a severe risk category. But Ida says he's perfectly healthy, has no medical requirements and has a doctor's report to prove it.
I want them to see me for what I am, and that my family, not just myself, my wife, my kids, can be something for the country,
A father of two and former university professor, a slimline Ida arrived here 6 years ago on a working holiday visa. He wanted a safer life for his family.
I fell in love with the pies when I came to New Zealand, and I think it was a very bad combination, changing tacos for pies. Because you're supposed to eat only one pie and you can eat 3 tacos, but I decided to do 3 pies.
The weight piled on, which wasn't a problem until he applied for a working visa for his full-time job in construction. And that was the first time Ida Rivera lost weight to meet Immigration New Zealand requirements. To secure that working visa, he shed 30 kilograms in just 3 months. To do this, he lived at the gym and ate just a can of tuna a day. But he says he didn't feel good. He got the visa, but soon after, his pregnant wife lost their baby girl in a car crash. Then they lost family members back home to COVID. It was a stressful time and Ida began comfort eating and his weight ballooned.
The way that I see it, it's not an issue.
Yep.
It shouldn't be an issue. That's probably how I can think about it. But I'm just fat. That's the only way to say it.
He weighs 160 kg and recently lost about 10 kg, but if he doesn't lose a whole lot more and soon, he'll be gone. Green Party immigration spokesperson Ricardo Menendez-March says the situation is a disgrace.
It is an amazing contributor to our community. For Immigration New Zealand to effectively try to deport him because he's fat is discriminatory and an awful thing to do.
He's now launching a members' bill to guarantee migrants adequate access to their human rights.
Doing this would effectively remove the government's ability to impose things like the acceptable standard of health policy, and it would guarantee that migrants are looked after just as anyone else by the human rights that we should be protected under.
The Immigration Minister declined our request for an interview, but in a statement said the visa threshold test is being reviewed.
I live in Auckland. I've been here for 4 years. In New Zealand,
legally and hopefully forever. Amanda Gillies, Newshub.